Greetings, salutations. Hopefully, all is going well with you and yours. I don't know if it's the most anticipated game of the season, but it's going to be one of those ones that should be good, right? So the FAMU versus Alabama State game up there in the Montgomery area. Rattler Boosters is going to the GUMP. So if you are so inclined and you are interested in going, definitely a good time for you to get on the bus. We'll get on there. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah. But the question is, especially if you listen to Troy from Fat Mouse Sports, whose homecoming is it? We're gonna find out, man. You already know what's about to be. Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
Greetings and salutations. And look, me and Doc, we should have just did this together. So he's doing a season preview on HBCU Overdrive. So wish I had known. That's on me. I didn't reach out to him first. But so if you are so inclined, you want to get the whole spiel about everything Alabama State for the whole season, go check him out over at HBCU Overdrive. But right here, we're going to focus simply on the FAMU versus Alabama State game for today. If y'all don't know, we're doing a little preseason walk. So each game kind of walk through, kind of look through, and we check it out. And so we go game by game. That way you can kind of get your little preseason prediction going, but then you can also kind of get the feel for like, hey, what it might be. So yeah, so right there. Don't know where that came from. That was weird. Never had that happen before. But that's what happens when you do live shows, right? So whose homecoming is it anyway? So we know Alabama State Stadium isn't quite that big, but hey, it is what it is. So good times right there, man. So what's up, B Stark? Good to see you. Shock. Oh, what's up? And then what's good, man? Hey, school year is good so far. We start tomorrow. So just the teachers though. So the students come back on Tuesday. So far, so good. Let's kind of jump out there and reach out to our folks first. So, the Rattler Boosters, they are trying to have everyone, as many as possible, renew and join the Rattler Boosters. So if you have not done so, consider joining the team behind the team. I am probably a September joining member. So if you want to wait with me, see the September, and if it's October, that's going to be my birthday present to myself. But join the team behind the team. Sooner than later is better, but hey, as soon as they get the money, they should be good, right? You don't know though. The Rattler Boosters do a lot of work. We also going to talk about the Rattlers in Arms and some of the work they do, but they actually give to the nutrition program. So they help ensure that FAMU athletes are good to go as far as nutrition. So the muscle milk and other things like that, they are good for supplying those things there. So, and last, but certainly not least, because, not last, but before we start talking some sports, right? They are very responsible. Rattler Boosters in unison with the 220 Club with getting the cooling chamber that is out there right now, helping our Rattlers combat that heat. And that's what it looks like. So if you ride by campus, the Rattler Recovery Unit is out there. I wonder how long it's going to be out there. Like, if it's out there by the first game, or is it going to move? I'm speculating it's going to be gone by the first game of the season. Pure speculation. Also, check out round 1, normally with St. Clair Moraine, but right now, probably featuring myself. But if St. Clair's up for it, hey, it's his show, man. I'm just hanging out for a good time, man. Now, FAMU Track did get a commitment. So if you didn't see something, hey, Jason Ravello, track athlete, it's a nice amount of commitments we got last couple days. So we're gonna drop some of these. If I can see where I can find like video or picture, I might do that. I might do that. So, but we definitely have some ones for the other guys that are out there. Also, look, OBC, get your tickets. If you haven't got your tickets already, hey, here's a little encouragement from the Orange Blossom Classic.
Oh my God!
This is your invitation to the moment. The Divine Nine, the bands, the parties, the performances, creating memories with your people. So pull up to the 2026 Orange Blossom Classic. It just hits different. Labor Day weekend, Miami Gardens, Florida. It's the culture, the connection, the pride. One weekend, one experience, one big community. Get your tickets now at orangeblossomclassic.com.
Hey man, OBC, whole lot of events out there. Got a denim party, all white party. You got the game. It's just a lot. It's gonna be a whole weekend of shenanigans. So highly encouraging y'all to get out there, have some fun, go check them out. But yeah, so Track's got a commitment. I told you we got quite a few commitments. Like it was interesting just getting stuff done. Other one, basketball. I ain't gonna lie, this one, she's kind of like another little mama. So if you are kind of wondering, Alyssa Smith, 5'6" guard, she goes to Florida High, but she's played at Bishop Moore. Bishop Moore is a private Catholic school here in Orlando. If you know where Edgewater High School is, literally almost across the street. So, but she has state playoff pedigree. I think she won a state championship while at Bishop Moore, but she's at Florida High. She went to the Coach Gordon basketball camp, 5'6" guard. So another little mama, but I like the commitment. Like that's pretty good commitment. That's a really nice get right there. So, but so far, basketball looks good. Coach Charlie Ward's kind of out there. Michigan basketball team looking good, man. Look, Rattlers and Arms, they did a little something, man. She said she's getting that extension. She really is. And the Rattlers and Arms, they did raise over $20,000 for the basketball team. So some new jerseys, hopefully on the way. We'll see. But they raised $20,000. Again, for me, this is some of the questions where the questions in the comments come in about leadership, right? And I've seen what y'all said. You know, y'all SBI folks, y'all were not happy that no decision and some of the information you're hearing. I'm telling you, like my wife and I, we voted today. So I'm encouraging you to go vote and go vote for people that are going to support you and your university. That's where I'm gonna leave that there. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that there. But even with that, when an organization like the Rattlers and Arms in a year has raised about $100,000, hey man, we need y'all to be there. You know, Marvin Green, we saw he got an award. Great job with the Win with Quinn campaign. Waiting on the next one though. Waiting on the next campaign. This is just me. First home game, I would have something saying thank you or show your thank you video again for the Win with Quinn initiative and say, hey, starting this football season, we're launching something new. We're going to run it through every game. I would do something like that. And each game have something like that goes towards a single goal. Because what you don't want is the continuation of alumni and fans saying, one, how displeased they are. I mean, some of that's just going to be a given. Like, y'all really don't like that lady. And I understand why. But the other piece is you want to, while you got the people captive, show them that you've done something, but then have some reveals. Like, you just had Rattlers and Arms raise $20,000 for jerseys. I'm going to say that the quiet part out loud before we get to football recruiting and football signing and talking about the game, right? The Rattlers and Arms, the Fang Exchange, the Boosters, and the NAA should all have commercials that run during your games. Every DSO that should be, if they're bringing you over a certain amount of dollars, they should get a commercial. Like, they shouldn't give you $75,000, $100,000 and you just say, appreciate that, my boy, and walk out with the check. That's callous and it's dishonest. Like, when you're seeing the Rattlers in Arms do what they do, they should get a little spot up there saying, hey, the Rattlers in Arms show their commercial, seeing what all they've done. Like, same thing with the boosters in AA as well. Like, I'm just saying. What's up, Nehemiah? Good to see you, man. Just checking in. This FAMU getting the field house. Hot take: FAMU will go undefeated at home and win back the fans. Okay. That's a strong statement right there. Yeah, go back and look through the whole schedule again, but it's possible. I ain't gonna say it can't happen. You don't host Jackson, you don't host Alabama State. Okay. I think Jackson and Alabama State are your only ones that I'm really kind of like on the fence about. Like, but that's just my personal opinion. When it comes to like anybody giving a significant amount of money should get some type of commercial ad. Like, that's just me. Appreciate that, Nehemiah, saying it's a good take. Now, mentioning takes. Normally, that's the job of a catcher, and Coach Beal signed a catcher. Shout out, Coach. Some good work going on there. Am I being biased to saying I would be very surprised if we don't repeat? Like, I think this is one of the better teams, and I also think she's been able to do a better job of keeping her talent. Like, when I look at the track program, we're struggling to keep talent because you're getting such elite talent. Like, these players are coming here, they come to FAMU, they ball out, and then the other schools want to come here and take them and, leave them with a bag. So I'm just saying. What's up, Troy? Fat Mouse Sports. Look, catch Tuesday, Fat Mouse Sports, 8:30. Be there, be square. Thursday, be there or be square. Look, be there. Some good conversations being had, some good fun. It is a hilarious time. So great talk about sports, gathering of old men, just hilarious, man. So really good time, man. Troy said best team in SWAC. Not being biased, she wants to win, and I'm sure compete in those out of conference games postseason. Like, Beal not the same you long. I said that when she came in. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I think Auburn, I'm giving it 2 years. I think in 2 years, Auburn makes that call. And I use the Bear Bryant comparison. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. So, let's double up. Double our pleasure, double our fun, right? No chewing gum in this one, though. Right quick, Rattler Booster kickoff. You got it about 2 weeks. So, we got to reach back out. We confirmed that they're willing to come on. We just got to settle on the date. So, might be next Thursday, might be next Sunday. So, I'll probably shoot for next Sunday just to kind of get that little last push on through. So I won't be able to make it. We actually have our golf tournament that day. So if you are in the Orlando area, Winter Park chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated is going to be having their annual golf tournament, the Jack LaFleur golf tournament. So if you're in that area, hey man, come check us out. Food, drinks. I will be riding around. I ain't gonna lie to you. Also, the Rattlers in Arms. First game of the season. We just talked about some of the work they did, right? Some of the work they're putting in. This is a continuation of this. So this is not just a good time. It's a party with a purpose. So right here, bring your family, bring your friends. They're going to have the food for you. It's going to be a good time. Hey, some great food, good people, good times, music vendors. I will tell you, I tailgated up there in the Rattlers in Arms area and hung out. I won't say tailgated. It's a good time. It's a good vibe. I'm just telling you. They have a smorgasbord. So you can see up there, they got the ribs, they got chicken, pulled pork, salmon for y'all, bougie folk, salmon. I know it's salmon. That was definitely a dig at Ryan Clark. That thing was hilarious. Because that does bother when people say salmon too. It's salmon. Beef sausage, pork sausage, chicken sausage, baked beans, green beans, coleslaw, potato salad, banana pudding. You had me at banana pudding. If you don't know, Banana pudding's my weakness. They got water and they got strawberry lemonade, not just a regular one. Wear orange and green for that first one, especially if your name is not Keith. So if your name is Keith, it's gonna be some version of gray, or we might just wear something. Yeah. So might be some gray or black, or if it's orange or green, I'm changing before the game. And hey, before this game gets started, right? Get on the bus. So get ready. Rattlers are going to the GUMP. The bus ain't full. There's still some spaces left for $125. You're going to arrive there at the game. You don't have to find a park. They got the bus taken care of for you. And 30 minutes after kickoff, I've confirmed 30 minutes after kickoff, they will be departing. So you can even stay a little bit after and make sure you're accounted for. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I really had to ask the question of when they were leaving, because I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence. If they say an hour after kickoff, I'm on. If they say an hour after kickoff, I'm on. So I get a little post game and keep it pushing. But yeah, so I'm gonna talk to Dennis about that, But you know, coach wants to talk to his team right after the game. So, all right. I did mention FAMU slid some offers out there. Hey, going towards Alabama, the Rattlers have been active in the Panhandle area. Booker T. Washington, if you're not familiar, I believe that is the high school that I want to say that's where Derek Brooks went. Could be wrong. But Booker T. Washington, Caden Latin, I believe is how you say his last name. Maybe Layton, but he was offered. He's an athlete. He plays like running back, receiver, DB. I listen as an athlete, primarily running back and receiver and DB though. So 6 foot 180, Pensacola, Florida native. His huddle's out there. Instagram's also out there. The huddle's solid though. Like the huddle, he's playing a little bit of everything, right? And then the other one, Cortez Cooks from Auburn, Alabama High School, 6 foot 170. He's already been offered by, one or two of the schools in that area, but he's now been offered by them Rattlers. So, some good times and, very important stuff right there, right? All right, so FAMU, Bama State, I already talked about it. Rattler Boosters are going up there. Get on the bus if you are so inclined. Last year, Alabama State was 10-3. They went all the way to the SWAC championship, Eastern Division, pretty much game, right? So game literally came down between them and Jackson State for the division championship. Jackson State held off. They held on and they won. So this year, we all anticipate another year of Alabama State being there. The question is, will they finish? That's always a question with Alabama State. They are the Buffalo Bills of the SWAC during FAMU's time. I can't say they've never won it. They have SWAC championships. They've had some legendary SWAC quarterbacks. And one of the things about Alabama State, especially within the last 20 years, when they got a good quarterback, they're different. And like you can go back, RIP, Tavares Jackson. You gotta remember what he was. He went to the NFL and he had a nice lengthy career, man. So Alabama State's one of those teams. When they get a really good quarterback, that's normally the icing on the cake for them. This year, we already know they have more than a good quarterback. They have 3 HBCU National Player of the Year candidates, one of which being Elijah Baker. He's on the offensive line. Redshirt senior, 6'4", 325. 323, sorry. Yeah. Obviously, we have Andrew Body, 6 foot 205. He can shake, he shimmies, he throws touchdowns. He did his thing at Texas Southern, transferred to Alabama State, more of the same. Then they got a DB, Tashawn Sims, 6 foot 188. And he's also first team all SWAC. So, and they have more. Running game looks solid. Receiver room looks pretty good. Like, top down, this is arguably the best offense in the SWAC on paper. Like, on paper, everything says Alabama State is supposed to win the SWAC. Now, that's just me, though. Like, and Lil Baby says, since E-Rob They've been better competitors. Offense was struggling the first 4 years. Yes. Their offense was always the problem. Defense was never the issue. Just like even with Southern for the longest time, with Gucci Suit, as my boy like to call him, it was the quarterback position, and it was his stubbornness. It was Dooley's stubbornness at Southern. At Alabama State, they just never had the game-changing quarterback, and then Andrew Body comes, and now they have the game-changing quarterback. They have a complete offense. Like last year, I think we saw that when they played FAMU. One, because, well, we weren't very good last year, but it wasn't talent. Anyways, that was last year. But this year, Alabama State seems to have reloaded, retained. Like we all know, they got a receiver that wasn't listed as all SWAC on the preseason thing there quite yet, but not on the list for HBCU All-Star, whatever. But yeah, we expect some things. Like this is one of those teams where I didn't even do the position by position because for the most part, offensively, it's Alabama State. You can get mad, you can argue, you can say I'm not loyal. It's okay. One thing you're not going to say is that Keith lies to you. Like when I look at the squad and I say team for team, even all the preseason SWAC stuff, Body 1, Knowles 2. Now, do I think that matters that much? Not really. I think Knowles is going to have a really great season this year. I'm hyped up by looking at the little videos for the games. Ain't gonna lie, your man's got a new camera too, so I'm waiting. I got to order this lens. Man. It came in, Troy. It looked good. Oh, it looked good. But shout out to my friend, man. I had a somebody I was working with during the off season, and they saw fit. They did me right. But anywho, this is that game. Offensively, I didn't see a spot where FAMU had a clear edge. But I will say, I had a couple pushes. Quarterback wise, it wasn't bodies here and noses there. Because we all know what we know. He's got to stay healthy. And coming into the game, I got both teams at 4-1. Just only loss I have for FAMU going into this game is against Miami. But if you told me FAMU lost to Miami and South Carolina State, I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. FAMU is just as likely to be 4-1 as they are to be 2-3 going into this game. It's just the schedule's that tight. You could very easily tell me, looking at South Carolina State, Miami, and Alabama A&M, and say, hey, you caught L's. I can see that. Am I going to predict that? No. But in the honest part of me, if you catch me and brag, and you said, I did. But I also said I could see the other side of the coin. Now, for Alabama State, I don't see it. And it was Erov's stubbornness to not want a dynamic QB. He wants to mostly run the ball, but a light bulb went off somewhere and was scoring the most points ever in his tenure last year. Yeah, offensive coordinator was big. That's huge. You're not wrong. I think this year, Alabama State should be 4-1 going to this game. If they lose a game, hot take. Nehemiah, you done called the hot takes. Hot take for everyone? Southern. That's my hot take. I don't think it's going to happen, but my hot take for Alabama State's first couple of games going into the FAMU game, Southern. It's either Southern or Cookman. I don't think Cookman's got the dogs. I think they got the quarterback that's gonna give that defense fit. So, like, I think Tyler gives them more problems than we expect, and it's not just because I'm a Tyler fan. I think some of it is y'all got to travel all the way from the GUMP to Daytona, and I hope you're flying. Like, that's a ride. That's not an insignificant distance. Like you talking, if you take the bus, ooh, that's a long 8 hours plus. Like, yeah, 6 hours. We'll say 6 hours. If you mess around and catch traffic the wrong way, that's an easy 8 hour ride from the GUMP. Like, Montgomery's like 2.5 from Tallahassee. Daytona's like 4 from Tallahassee, 4.5. So you easily could creep up on a 7 hour ride. Like, my baby says, I don't think comes out with the win, but they definitely compete with them. I think so too. I think Cookman competes with them. But I think Southern might be closer than the experts think. So I said 10 for 10. Yeah, you just made that ride. It was about 7 from Orlando. Yeah. I was driving. Yeah, it was like right at 7. Because it was like, we stopped in Tallahassee too, but it was like 6 plus. And so right at 7 hours. It was a good trip though. Good bro trip, man. Like, shout out to, KTL, my line brothers, Frank, Mike, I know Kenny, Los, all of us that went up there, man. So good trip, man. But anyways, I digress. Going into this game, Alabama State should be 4-1. FAMU can be 4-1. So I lay it like that. Like I said, the only loss I truly have them for is Troy. But the only problem with the Troy game for me is a lot of people are going to look and say, last year they almost beat UAB. UAB was not a good football team. Like, trash. Hot garbage. UAB sucked. In Alabama State, everybody balled out. Do I think the same could happen at Troy? Yes. I definitely think if Alabama State beat Troy, I don't think it's an upset to the HBCU universe. I think for those who are outside of the space, I think that would be oh my gosh, I can't believe it happened. I think for those in the HBCU space, they would say, well, last year they did this. Like, I don't think it's a shock for anybody in the HBCU space. But I do think going into that game, both teams are probably 4-1. Again, if FAMU's sub 4 wins, I'm okay. They have better a lot than UAB. Not the stadium, like that, but yeah. So should be 4-1 going into this game though. Like I said, position for position, I was FAMU everything on offense. Running back might be the one spot. Like, considering what FAMU has coming back in the running back room, that's a good running back room. On defense, I don't know. Like, secondary, I'm definitely, because of last year, that's the only reason I would say Bama State. Like, honestly, defense, I'm looking at Alabama State, but this ain't the same defense from last year. Like, this is a better team. I think you're going to be better coached. I think you're going to be better coached in situations. I think this staff is better than last year's staff too, though. Like, and it's not just the Quinn Gray, James Colsey thing. I think overall, like, you look at some of the NFL coaches, and y'all know I don't normally put a lot of weight in that, but the fact that they're position coaches, to me, that matters. And the fact that I really feel like Quinn Gray's going to be a little more hands off. Like, I feel like he's going to master what he masters. Like, offense is going to be his thing. I feel like defensively, he's going to know what's going on, but he's not going to be really dictating as much. I feel like he's really going to be like, hey, that's Coach da-da-da-da over there. He's supposed to get us right. If not, I know what's going on, but I'm going to try to trust him to do his job. So going into this game, like, it's going to be physical. It's always physical. It's a rivalry. It's homecoming. Like, that matters. It definitely matters. I know we have Haley's comment. Oh, that's a nickname. You better look. You go and send that to the Fang Exchange. But I've heard there's some more weapons back there with them. It's nice. The wide receivers are going to be physical. They are. I agree. I think the wide receivers are going to be a little faster than last year. I think this year's receivers are better. I think they're a little healthier. That matters. Like, I think that really matters. Burris gets another year. I believe he's still there. Ace is healthy. Like, so when I say they're better, it's not just talent-wise. It's health-wise. It's a push when I say better because I feel like Goldie wasn't used right. Like, I don't think we got the most out of Goldie. And that's just me. Troy says, our homecoming, we don't lose homecoming. We shouldn't, but this year, that's going to be different. That's going to be a tough one. The biggest question overall is Andrew Body healthy? I think that's the difference in the game. The health of the two quarterbacks is going to make this game and determine who wins. Because, and we said it last year too, but we saw Andrew Body and that squad just come in Tallahassee and run rough shot through this team. Like, that was the first time Alabama State had beaten FAMU since FAMU had come to the SWAC. Like, so they finally got to join Valley and Jackson State and now Prairie View in the groups of SWAC schools that have beaten FAMU. Like, congratulations. In Cookman. So it was too many. So we won't get blown out. I know that much. I don't think we get blown out. I think this year's receivers have tar in their hands. I will say though, for this year, if you're giving me W's and L's, right? I'm gonna go Bama State close. Which honestly, last year I called them to win this game. So it wasn't like, oh my gosh, Keith, you're such a traitor. No, it's just, I think with homecoming and everything going on, it's close. Like, I really, if FAMU wins this one, it's not a shock because their homecoming, they're going to be very distracted. We just coming in there like homecoming, your homecoming don't excite us because your homecoming ain't better than our homecoming. Like, it's nothing that a lot of our players shouldn't be used to, especially considering by this point you've had the Orange Blossom Classic, which this could be pretty. It's gonna be nice. It ain't gonna be like the packed atmosphere. Like, tickets are still on sale. If you haven't got your ticket, get your ticket, get your ticket, get your ticket. But it's going to be a good time. Like, I just think having a team like a FAMU come for your homecoming is not a good move. And I think the fact that you're playing a team that's very comparable to you, and it's also probably going to feel very disrespected. Like, going to this game, even myself, I'm like, I got Bama State close, but am I shocked if FAMU walks out of there with a win? No. Like, FAMU's not lost in Montgomery since we've come to the SWAC. That doesn't mean anything for this year. It's just a great talking point. Just like Alabama State is yet to beat FAMU in football while we've been in the SWAC. That means nothing. But it's a great talking point. It's a great way to rile up the base. It's a great way to hype them up and in the conversation. And oh yeah, well, what happened last year? Y'all got us last year. But all I know is when we go to the GUMP, we found a way. I feel like FAMU can find a way. But I feel like Bama State, this is just their year. Like, I feel like this is their either you hit the home run or you strike out year. And so because of that, and I feel like they've thrown everything they can throw at this. Now I feel like you better get FAMU this year, though. Like, you better get them this year. If you don't get FAMU this year, it's going to be a tough little 3 years for you. Like, I promise you. If you don't get FAMU this year, looking at the quarterback room, looking at just what this coaching staff has put together, it's going to be an issue. Like, I feel like there's going to be some new leadership at FAMU. That's not even like that's not an informed conversation. That's just my gut. I feel like some things are going to change in some places. I think y'all might like the change in some areas. Some things going to stay the same. But it's going to be interesting. As FAMU had this many HCs in a season, seems like these folks got FAMU mistaken for. Look, I can't remember the last time FAMU had this many homecomings. Like, probably maybe the Alex Woods era. I don't even know if when Earl was there it was like this. Like, it's been a minute. And wait, it's not there yet. Last season, look, you're not realizing how perception around the SWAC of FAMU has changed since Willie and how we've looked on film. Last couple of years, we look bad. And I think that's the beauty of this year. There's not a lot of film. Like, what film you got to FAMU other than like the videos that's been out there? And even then, highlight videos. Like, we need you to buy your season tickets. Get your season tickets. Like, that's the hype. Like, but looking at what I saw from Alabama State last year, back to Lil Baby's point, that offense was prolific. That offense was exciting. Like, it's more than Angel Body and the boys hitting the shimmy in the end zone. It was the fact that their team was actually like, they had that swagger about them. And they just ran into the buzzsaw that was Jackson State. They got over one hump in FAMU last year. Remember, Alabama State had never beaten FAMU since we've been in the SWAC going in last year. Alabama State's got to be that last hurdle. This again, for me, this is the year of the Hornet. And if they don't complete it this year, you are officially the Buffalo Bills of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Maybe even the Houston Oilers, because I would probably just say Houston Oilers at this point, because they haven't been back to the championship and having those win. Like, it says, I feel like the offense will give the defense some points to defend this season. Last season, FAMU offense couldn't keep pace with other teams scoring. You ain't never lied. I feel like we got a better quarterback this year. Sorry, a little dust got in my eye there. Trying not to. Yeah, that was a tough memory. Whew. So this year's offense, I do think is better. Like I said, I think it's going to be closer. I think the defense is going to be better, though. Like, I think last year you had some good players, but it's going to be interesting. Not physical and small is a terrible mix, bro. When your trenches are small, you got problems. Yeah, but you still got some 300-pound linemen on this team, on the defensive line. Like, there's a reason we ain't seen a lot posted about the defensive line. I'll say that much. I don't know about better players, but definitely we have better coaching. I agree with that. Yeah, but we do have a couple 300-pound linemen. Not all of them. I will say, when I'm looking at the definition of the players muscularly, questions. Like, I know they're in the weight room, but I don't see the definition. But again, how much does that matter? Because last year the players, they look solid. Like, we had some good defensive linemen. Didn't matter. So I got to see it on the field. Like, I gotta see it on the field before I get like too crazy about it, or before I get too down. Like, I'm really even keel about our defense right now. I got to see the production first. Question is still out there, the trenches for you too. Yep. And we made some additions on the line from what I've heard. I'm gonna go look at the online roster because it's been updated. So, lay off my boy Dennis a little bit, man. He's been doing some work. He helps get that Paul Feinbaum thing going, man. Our team is gonna be more physical, not sit back and try to play patty cake with opponents. Yeah, we lacked a little bit last year, man. So, but call for the game. I don't think Alabama State scores as many points as they did on us last year, but I still think it's going to be a little tighter, man. So this time of the season started to cool down a little bit too, but this is going to be a fun one. Unless it rains, 28-24. I'm going to go Hornets on this one. They break both streaks in 2 years, but I think it's still going to be a win. I think it's going to be a win for us in the long run. Who set up Feinbaum? That was Dennis Driscoll, FAMU's sports information director. He set that up, man. So shout out Dennis, man. Dennis has been putting in some work. Y'all see the rosters online. Again, Dennis did set that up. Basketball stuff has been coming out, it's kind of slowly, So we got some news hopefully coming out, man. They're making some moves up there to help my boy out. So, shout out to Dennis. He did some really good things, but it's going to be interesting. I will say this. I'm with you all with some of the moves on campus. I've been very vocal about encouraging you to vote. Again, I told y'all, the wife and I, we already went to vote. And said, you being the very model I saw in church when I went home. We better run no huddle to tire them out. Sweet small. I don't think you're not going to see it, though. I think it's 28-24. I think pace and space is going to be part of the game. Like, I don't think you're going to run a traditional or old school. I shouldn't say traditional. I don't think it's going to be that huddle, line up. Like, I think go watch that FAMU Alabama State game. Albany State game. Sorry, not Alabama. I think you're going to see some of that. And I think you're going to look at some of what worked against some of the teams later in the season, and them being Alabama State. I think you'll see some of that with FAMU too. So I don't know. For some reason, I'm not concerned about the size. Like last year, we had more size, but we had really crappy schemes. So I think kind of with Nehemiah's point about the coaching, that's going to matter. That's going to be big. So, yeah. But again, encouraging y'all to go vote because we're seeing what happens when you don't. But also, man, I don't like y'all with that SBI thing, man. Like, I got questions. And some of the folks being brought on, man, like, really? What y'all really doing for FAMU? Like, what's really going on? Because it's just concerning. So it's going to be interesting. But that's one of the big things for me, man. So, just making sure we get all that set up. Also, I believe the Rattlers and Arms are doing a raffle for the Florida Classic. If you have not already done so, they've got the dates announced. Start planning your trip. They are going to have fewer seats this year. They are going to play at Camping World. So the game is at Camping World at the Citrus Bowl. Reduced seating capacity. There will be construction there. I'll say it like this. We haven't got to the Florida Classic yet, but I like to tell them I'm not a gatekeeper. Like I was telling my family about Key Foods. I was like, hey, that's my new little spot right there. About to flip some steaks over real quick. They had a good deal. But parking is going to be interesting this year. So, like, Yes, they do. They all want cronies. Parking is going to be very interesting. Tailgate is going to be interesting too. And maneuvering around the Citrus Bowl is not easy right now. Like, there's no football games going on. And I can tell you from just trying to hit my little back roads around there, it's not like it normally is. So if you got a little side road you used to hitting, it might be closed. So again, get your stuff, get your tickets early for the classic if you come in. It's again reduced capacity. Expect around 50,000 maybe, which is about how many we have. So it might be pretty intimate vibe. But the tailgates is gonna be fire. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I already know who the tailgate champs are. So we're gonna win again. We always do. And look, go back and watch that one. I promise you, you will come away. And you might say he's watching the Albany State game now from last year. You will come away inspired. It's gonna be interesting, man. So, but yeah, woo. All right, y'all. Monday is coming. I do have to warm up some things a little bit. Look, HBCU Coaches Corner, sipping on Sundays. Go catch that. Might be a special guest on there pretty soon. So go catch that if you are so inclined. Also, again, let's run through the schedule real quick. We're gonna have to just do get the Avengers together and do like a whole schedule thing. J Peeps is coming back. So get ready, catch J Peeps. He's gonna be doing his strike season. Is gonna be here on Tuesday. Also, Gather Old Men Thursday. Wednesday, I forgot the O and the G. And then also Wednesday, 220's coming back. So you already know. Probably expect to have a quick grade there. So some good times, man. A lot of fun. I do got to get with Troy because there's one Thursday night. I might not be able to produce. I might go on the other side of town to watch those Sand Cats play UCF. So either I'm watching or I'm working the game. So I don't know. We're going to either or. That Thursday, I'm probably going to be at the Bounce House, checking that out since they've renovated. All right. So again, for this one, FAMU, Alabama State, sadly, 2 years in a row I'm picking Alabama State. I was right last year. For a lot of the games, I was wrong. But this was one of the ones. This one, Jackson State. I'm trying to think of the other one. There was another one where it was like, nah, Keith called that one. But yeah, we're going to get our look back, though. I think in the game after this one, we definitely get our look back and we get some good wins. All right, y'all, for everybody here at HBCU Digital Network, look, don't forget the schedule. Follow through, come through. We'll be back here Thursday and then probably next Sunday. If I can get it next Sunday, we're going to try to have our Rattler Boosters next Sunday so that they can get y'all ready for the big old shindig they're having. All right, y'all, for everybody here at HBCU Digital Network, y'all already know what's up and what it's always going to be. Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started. Are you kidding me? Unreal.
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Dorsey, have it!